Hello, fams, faves, likes, and loves. This is Jeffrey DeShawn, the Inspired Muse, with your Tuesday morning pep talk. This week's pep talk is a follow-up on our clarity conversation last week. I shared the quick fire formula for clarity, which was pay attention to where you're resisting yourself and where you're frauding yourself. And that can give you some true understanding and knowledge around clarity on where you stand around a situation, circumstance, relationship, or dynamic. And this week in reflection, I want to follow up on that, particularly given this period of social distancing in response to the COVID-19 virus. Folks, stay safe, stay safe. And it's a reflection in reality that oftentimes in this fight to win in life, right? The daily work to survive, how we have to react, right, and respond. COVID-19, healthcare crisis, economic crises, various things in life. It can distance us from what we know to be true about ourselves and the world around us. Right? Because in our daily fight to survive, right, just to make it, right, we're making decisions based upon often emotional reactions and short-term information or other people's perspectives. And that can disconnect us from what we know to be true about ourselves and about the world that we've created around us. And so during this time of sort of survival through social distancing, I want to encourage us to shift from this fear lens, because this is a medical emergency, right? This is a virus, right? We're talking life or death. But I want to challenge you to, follow advice and instructions. Distance yourself, remove yourself from gatherings, take the proper self-care of yourself. And in doing that also around your physical health and medical health, I want you to do that also and focus in on your mental and emotional health. And I want you to gift yourself the opportunity to reconnect with yourself and the knowing about yourself and the world around you. All right, take some opportunity and take stock, as we're being called to pull back into a place of self-introspection of ourself and our family, focus on the things that are actually required for survival, right? And therefore that are actually important, and reconnect with yourself. And so where do you start? I want to give you a couple prompts that you could start sort of in this reflective journey during this period to reconnect with yourself. And one is to ask yourself and check in with yourself, what have you been running towards? Most of us in life, we live in a very goal-driven culture, right? We're trying to achieve things, whether they're personal, professional, or other, right? They're things that we're running towards. And we spend so much time each and every day, whether it's our jobs, right? Trying to make something happen and progress in our careers, education, achieve financial goals, buy a house, start a company, that we spend so much time on those things that our life can become full of reacting and responding to the flow of those things, right? So take some stock and reconnect with what you've been running towards and where that thing, situation, circumstance is right now in your life, and where are you in relation to it. And I also want you to ask yourself, for those of us maybe, what have you been running from? There are also those of us who are more driven sometimes by trying to distance ourselves from past experiences, trying to get out away from relationships, trying to get out away from bad professional experiences, family from trauma, right? And that has defined how we react, how we engage with the world, right? And can also create a disconnect in knowing from what is actually true about ourselves, because we can now often be so stuck and distance ourselves from that experience that we only now see ourselves through the lens of that negative experience. So I want you to ask yourself, what have you been running towards? What have you been running from? And then I want you to walk through a process of assessing that, similar to as I just did. And in assessing that, I want you to determine, is that thing, right, something that you can leverage, right? Something that you can build a foundation upon to get you further towards your goal, or to help you let go of that past experience, right? Is it to be leveraged, or is it something to be let go? Is it something that you've been chasing, that you say, this has been consuming time, energy, resources, and it's not achieving, right? I need to let it go. Or this is something that I've been consumed with from the past. It's just been holding down my progress. I need to just once and for all let it go. Take this time to take stock, look back into yourself, and then set a strategy for either leveraging it or letting it go. And in that letting it go, in that doing, in that process, not only can you find greater clarity, right, of understanding and where you stand around that thing or process, but then you can have actual real knowing and knowledge, both based upon your experience, based upon fact, and then based upon what you actually know to be true about yourself, what you need, what you want, what you desire, what you expect. And in that space, all things are possible and nothing is out of reach. So I encourage you, loves, take this time, step out of the fear mindset, step into the opportunity lens, gift yourself back time to reconnect with yourself and refocus in on those things that you are seeking and trying to move towards, and letting go of those things that you have been trying to move yourself out from and beyond. And in that, we can position ourselves on a stronger foundation for when we step forward and out of this period, and we will, nothing lasts forever, brothers and sisters, that you are in a stronger foundation, that you have greater clarity, and that you're ready to move forward in this new world and new space, right? In a better place, and truly can manifest the reality of all things being possible and nothing being out of reach. Go forth, be safe, wash your hands, right? And keep some space. I love you. Peace and blessings.